Do we have any other insane things that happen?
Yes, I just want to. We mentioned sicko mode last podcast, and I'm sorry for smiling right now because it's just I don't know how else to bring this up.
So terrible.
Stop laughing. What the fuck?
We had no idea. We had no idea.
We record on Wednesdays. It happened on Friday. I didn't cut it out from the episode. I did previous editing. We all know what happened about Travis Scott.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible.
And we're not going to actually, yes, a lot of people died during a crush at a Travis Scott concert. He has a history of inciting violent acts, not violent, inciting chaos at his concerts, and also there were just way too many people in a too small venue, whatever. They're facts that are out there. Things will be revealed, but I just want to talk about two things related to this. One, the fucking insane level of just advertisement branding that goes into society. Because what I was thinking, because he canceled the second day, which
how he got a brand deal out of the people fucking dying or whatever.
Yeah, but he canceled the second day, and I'm wondering because I was going on their website because I wanted to see who was playing the second day and who was playing the first day and why the logistics. I'm wow, there's a lot of brands that still have their massive logo on this website of a literal mass casualty event. It's I wonder how that's affecting you're in the Pepsi dealership.
It doesn't affect at all.
No,
they probably don't even care.
You're in the Pepsi dealership and you're all right, so
Pepsi dealership? What the fuck is a Pepsi dealership?
You're in the Pepsi headquarters in the advertising.
What the fuck?
Oh no. I didn't mean to say that. I'm going senile. But you're in the Pepsi dealership as one is, and you're in the advertising division of the dealership because we're calling a headquarters.
Stop saying dealership.
My dad owns a dealership. Anyway, you're in the advertising brand division. It's all right. So Pepsi just spent $1 million to sponsor a mass casualty event. What do we do now? We just sponsored death. Where do they go from here?
It's already happened. They're just fuck it, just don't say anything.
I guess they're in that way, but I still would not be
think about this. This is the first time I've heard anything mention this, and this is all over everyone's timelines, TikTok, wherever. Not one person has mentioned branding with this at all whatsoever.
I remember seeing some Reddit comments, but Reddit comments, that's Twitter replies. There's some people I bet
it's saying ratio.
Why didn't any of these sponsors check on the safety? I'm why? That's such a Reddit thing to do. That's a Reddit thing to do to say oh, this one person in this one company, why didn't they just do everything? It's you don't understand how responsibility works. It's when people think there's a vast conspiracy with moderators. Anyway, that's where I was prefacing this, but then I also saw that Travis Scott, he's oh, I'm providing anyone who went to the concert free mental services for a month. By BetterHelp.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
I don't... Ugh. Why? I mean, I understand, companies are in charge of there are, mental health resources that are... there's companies that run them. But, the fact that BetterHelp is on, every single podcast ad... Yeah. I guess we're talking about BetterHelp. We basically made it. They did not sponsor this podcast. No one sponsors this podcast. No one will ever sponsor this podcast. We talked about...
You don't know that.
Furry cum on a pizza for 20 minutes last podcast. But, I just... Why... Any company besides BetterHelp. Any company.
The family of people affected will get 500 gems in Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah,
by using
unlimited V-Bucks. I mean, that actually would make sense considering Travis Scott had that huge Fortnite concert, right?
It's just such bad optics, and it's I'm seeing stuff after the fact. You're seeing that night he was partying at Dave and Buster's.
This is what I actually wanted to get into. That I was extremely crazy. Yes, it was revealed that they found Travis Scott in the Dave and Buster's with Drake. And then they're hey, actually a lot of people just died at that show you were at because I guess he couldn't see it. The logistics of Travis Scott going to Dave and Buster's after a massive concert, that's what does Travis Scott do at Dave and Buster's? Why doesn't he just have an arcade at his house?
I mean, some people just like to have fun. I mean, I'm sure they rented out the whole place. Do you see that one video of Travis Scott like on the like high platform, like looking down at the crowd, and there's like 15 cops like resuscitating like 3 people.
Yes.
He's just like staring at them and singing.
We've all
Like-
seen the shocking images. I'm just like trying to like I'm thinking of Travis Scott in this Dave and Buster's, and for some reason my mind can't get that thought out of my head.
Oh, dude's playing fucking I
Pump
don't
It
know,
Up. I don't
Angry
know.
Birds game.
Yeah, he's playing the piano key game while people's
Dave
families
Buster's
are
is fun.
in
He's
turmoil.
like having fun. Like, do you think at that point he knew about it, or just like he had to, right? Like he was
like,
there.
He was there, and there's definitely no way that he wasn't aware that something was off, considering literally every single person, even the people who were completely enjoying themselves. Because honestly, I looked at the concert footage, and like I was like, yes, there are like screams like once every 10 minutes, which is like not great. But like if you just look at the footage of like people in the front row, like yeah, there's chaos on one side, but the other side is just like people having an enjoyable time. Like if you were watching like a live stream of this event, it might be difficult if you did not already know what was going on to determine that something was wrong. That being said, like he is much closer than us.
From his perspective, he literally had like 4 or 5 people come up to him during the concert and tell him about it. And he's like, no, I'm not trying to hear that right now. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure they told like the cameraman. But what the whole thing that weirds me out, I don't see Travis Scott just going to Dave and Buster's. Like I feel like that's the weird thing. It's like he must have like felt some way.
Drake, you want to go to fucking Dave and
Yeah,
Buster's?
that's the weird
There's
part.
like, fuck yeah, I want to go to Dave and Buster's.
That's the weird part to me, because I just can't see Travis Scott and Drake going to Dave and Buster's on a normal night. Just like, oh, we had a really good concert. Let's go to Dave and Buster's. Let's go to Dave and Buster's.
Is fun. Fuck you. I love Dave and Buster's. They have good food. They have fun. Like
I get, like the thing is, like they're Travis Scott and Drake. They
got
can go,
NFTs.
They can go anywhere they want. They don't have to go to Dave and Buster's.
But that's the whole thing though. They can go anywhere they want. So it's like,
so
why
they went
not
to
go
Dave
somewhere?
and Buster's.
Yeah, like they do like extravagant shit all day, every day of their life. Do some normal ass shit that just sounds like fun, you know, regular ass fun.
Do you think they? No, I'm not going to go into the spending habits of Travis Scott and Drake at the Dave and Buster's the day of a mass casualty event. I feel like that is inappropriate. So, I'm just going to say it's
just no. Just go back and just rethink that sentence you just said. I don't want to think about Drake and Travis Scott at Dave and Buster's the hours after a mass casualty event.
I can't get the like. The headline: Travis Scott said to be partying at Dave & Buster's after Astroworld crowd rush, where he found out people died. Just he could have been anywhere. He could have just been at his home. He could have been out clubbing. But like the fact that like it just says Dave & Buster's, my mind fixates. My mind fixates on the Dave & Buster's.
I don't see Dave
aspect.
& Buster's as being weird. It's like if he was like if you went to like fucking Chuck E. Cheese's, it'd be fucking weird. Or like
you run a multi-million-dollar music festival. You. In your mind, put on.
He doesn't
one of
have
the
a
largest,
Dave and Buster's in his house.
You put on in your mind. He probably has a bowling alley. I looked up his net worth.
He probably just rented the place out for the people that went to the thing. I was like, yo, let's go fuck around, eat some food, have some drinks, and play some fucking games.
Want to know who else rents out a Dave and Buster's? Like my company for like a corporate retreat of like 30 people. Okay, they rent out the back room.
Dave, I just said it 50 times. Dave and Buster's rules.
It's
fuck
dope.
You.
But like, there's me, and then there's like someone who literally in his mind just had one of the largest nights of his career because there were 1 billion people watching Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Sicko
mode. I guess like where would you expect him to go?
His mansion party, after party. I don't know.
Oh, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye, guys.
No, he's not going to bed. He's having like a massive bender
I
party.
Want to have a
heroin,
want to have a party at
codeine.
my place. Everyone like fucks it up.
Maybe not his place, but maybe like rents out a club. He's going to Adriana's in the south side of Chicago. Like
he's renting out Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, he's renting out a Dave and Buster's, but like a Dave and Buster's.
He wants to play some motherfucking video games.
Will Dave and Buster's allow for a cup of lean on prem?
I think they don't care. They'd probably let him smoke full-on blunts inside the place if he's paying
honestly,
enough.
that Dave and Buster's employee is probably like, that's Travis Scott. I'm not gonna.
Well, I imagine they rented out the place like no one but like Drake and like fucking Travis Scott and people they know were probably there.
No, they need machine technicians. They need the person.
Well, no, that's what I mean. But like the people working there aren't going to give a fuck. Like
They probably give a fuck now.
Well, yeah, they do now. They're
Yeah.
gonna go on Twitter and be like, "Let me tell you, I didn't say anything at the time, but I am actually upset."
That's who we're gonna get the next interview for, and like I'm not even joking at all. Like this is
They're
actually
interviewing the employees of Dave and Buster's.
legit. Like if there are employees in the Dave and Buster's while Travis Scott was in the Dave and Buster's getting probably the worst news of his life. Because again, this is a very serious situation. It is fucked up, and we're not trying to make a light of the situation.
Completely cut aside. I have like multiple glasses, and I got to figure out which one I've been drinking out of. I almost just spilled it. I have like one over here.
Let's get off the Travis Scott topic and play the game. Which one is bong water? Which one is regular water?